Welcome back, Screamers, to another episode of Scream Kingz. How y'all feeling today? You muted. You're muted.
Hello. I was really excited listening to the music.
I was jamming too.
It really felt like summer. Felt like we need bathing suits, but I'm doing great. How are you doing?
You know what? I'm making it. It's Mother's Day, so shout out to all the mothers out there. We love you for loving us.
We love you, Big Mama, Mrs.
Big
Voorhees.
Mama, your arm.
You said your mama. Sarah, you know what? You get on my mother. Let me know. We're not first tonight.
Tonight we are here to do a recap of Pretty Little Liars, Season 2, Episodes 11 and 12. I am TaMon Kane, and you can find me everywhere on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, streaming Dead by Daylight, and of course here on Scream Kingz.
And I am Michael Anthony. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ThackerayBinks86. Also on the horror podcast with Bobby Torres, who's not here at the moment, but he will be. The People Under the Scares. You can find us everywhere. And you can find me playing horror games on PlayStation 5 when I pay for my PlayStation Live account.
Listen, that's
$17.99 ain't happening today.
You don't do the $70 one?
What's that, the annual?
I
probably should just do that.
That's what I pay the annual one. Every Christmas mine renews. Because that's when they give coupons out.
That's a good idea. That and Black Friday is a good time to do shit like that.
Every time. As you know, every time we come up here, we have a drinking game. And just like last week, our drinking word is liar. So when you hear the word liar, take your glasses and have a sip with us.
Let's not kill the drama. Let's not start a fight.
So let's just kick this off. What are you screaming about, Michael?
Hey, Mike. I just went to the movies yesterday and I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh.
And I really enjoyed it. I think we have a really good villain in this movie. I like the parallels between the way they're ruling for different factions amongst the apes there, and how really it's the same way humanity is. And I thought that was a really interesting aspect while watching it. And also it makes me kind of scared of apes because they are freakishly strong, and the fact that they can talk and shit is a little scary to me. But it was a good movie.
I haven't seen the new one, but I remember watching those with my mom growing up, the original or like the 70s version. And then
I hadn't seen none of those.
Oh yeah, they're all good. And then the one with Mark
Wahlberg.
That's when I remember those too. But I'm excited to see this one. I'm not going to go to the movies and see it, but I'll definitely stream.
Yeah, you can wait.
Okay. Anything else you're screaming about?
No, not yet. I mean, X-Men 97 is almost over, but that's not really related to what we're talking about. But yeah. Hey, Ernesto.
Hola. I am saddened that the fact that X-Men 97 is coming to an end. I haven't been a part of or seen the show that stayed on our necks the entire season like this in a very long time. Every episode was given what it needs to be given, and they haven't slowed down. So I know this last episode is going to blow our heads open.
I mean, they're giving Jean Grey the respect. They're giving Storm some respect.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm feeling Rogue right now. I completely understand, and I understand Magneto. I get it. So
for sure. What side would you be on? Would you be with
Magneto? Fuck Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
I have not sided with him ever since I was a kid. I think ever since, which one? Was it Days of Future Past? I don't know. One of the other movies that came out, I was like, oh no. He's a fool. I'm not going to keep trying to save people that trying to kill me. They paralyze you, at least in the movie. They paralyze you and you still want us to save them? No, not going to be me.
No, thank you. I always said that I would probably be a part of the
Anthony.
The Academy, But then, hey, Anthony, Jean hasn't fainted all. Listen, I'm the number one Jean fan, and I'm so glad they're getting her correct in this animated series.
Flinging buildings.
She's showing out. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
But you're right. Get Professor Xavier to train you and then just up and leave and go join Magneto.
Period. That's exactly what I would do. Just like how Rogue and whatchamacallit got up there and said, you know what, I'm out. This
exactly.
Part 2. So, yeah.
It was reminding me of Captain America Civil War a little bit when they got to that little battle.
Magneto was right. He absolutely was. So, I mean, I'm not going to be here and be tortured and have all my friends killed, and I can stop it. So I'm going to stop it. And he said one word, enough, and it was over.
Exactly.
I'm screaming about Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire season 2 began today, actually. So I was up really early watching that. They do such a great job in passing the baton between the two girls who played
Claudia,
and you really can't tell, honestly, because it's been so damn long. But I have to say that they actually announce it. They say, like, in the very beginning, they say Claudia is now being played by, they give you that sort of intro to her. I was like, okay, that's nice. And they handle it really nice. And the girl is great. The storyline is okay. There is a different storyline in this one, which I'm excited to see. Your sophomore season is really important of a TV show. So I'm excited to see how they do this time around. And I think that's all I'm screaming about, honestly. I'm
sure there's more. It's just a lot happening.
Yeah.
And you can't really pinpoint things.
There's a lot of horror news that is coming out. I just can't wrap my head around it right now. Let's see.
Yes, Mike, watch it. It's sexy. Watch Interview with the Vampire.
It's very sexy. Yeah. It's worth the binge.
Yes, bring Bajingos back, Anthony.
What's Bajingos?
I mean, it could be a plethora of bodily organs in the nether region.
Yikes. Okay.
It's just a play on words.
Okay, I understand. Bajingos, bring them back. Okay, so last Thursday, we got our first 2 episodes of season 2 of Pretty Little Liars. Mike, how are you feeling after meeting our girls again and seeing where we left off from season 1?
So I got excited. I was supposed to wait until today to watch, right? But then I was like, no, fuck it. I'm going to squeeze these in before I got to go to work in the morning. So I watched them anyway. I was feeling slightly corny, but I'm like, okay, they're getting along. They like each other. They love each other, blah, 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 blah. It's, you know how I feel about so many damn characters. There's 5 of them. That umbrella scene where they walk into the damn school together, I was like, okay, somebody has to go. This is too cookie cutter for me. But I was excited. I didn't know much about the antagonist that they have. I have my suspicions about who it is because I was looking at the eyeballs. So, yeah, but I was excited. What about you?
You know what? The format of the beginning, like it opened up with us having like this either extended epilogue from season 1 or like this new prologue for season 2, right? I think it goes hand in hand. It was nice to see what happened immediately following the events of season 1. And all the stuff with Archie that happened, how he broke out and killed everybody, and they finally got him. They wrapped that up really quickly and easily. Sure. I mean, I didn't feel, because I know this is the beginning of the season, he's not the villain. They were worried about him being out and about, but I was just like, okay, we know you're going to catch him. Let's move this along so we can get to the next part of the show. So the first half of chapter 11, I was just excited to see the girls again and get past, what happened next week and push forward to the new one. I like that I like that they are taking self-defense classes.
Yes.
That means a lot because hopefully we get to see them exercise those skills. Normally, when you put stuff like in there, it's like this is here for you, so you can call back to this moment when you see her do this cartwheel flip later on in in the season.
I'm especially hoping Fallon gets a really great fight scene because they're building up to be strong, athletic, agile, graceful. So I'm hoping she gets a really good fight scene. I'm liking that they're all seeming confident. Even Mal seems way more confident this time around than before. Yeah, I don't know. They're building up this tight knit group, and I'm wondering what they're building up to. One thing I kind of I need them to have a little tension in the group because they all been getting along for far too long.
I think that's part of the formula. You have to have the group split up in some type of way. I like that you noticed that too, and I didn't think about it till you said it, that they are positioning Farron to be like this. I think this is her season, by the way. Like Imogen had last season, I think this is Farron's because like she is going up against all these odds, and we get more into that until in chapter 12. But you see how she sort of rises to become this strong character, and it's funny that she did an interview recently, and she brought that up. So we're gonna play a clip of her interview, what she said about her character this season.
Me.
Yeah. She's giving us a different side, doing things for herself. Yeah. To like tapping into that like female rage and going forward. I'm so glad you asked that. It's really beautiful because I feel as though sometimes as Black women we get stigmatized and anger is supposed to be a negative thing, but I feel like Roberto and Lindsay, our show's creators, did a phenomenal job at flipping that on its head, subverting that, and really giving her this strength and power, and also showing that strength can also be seen in vulnerability. So I'm really excited. How many episodes have you seen? Oh, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. A tease for this upcoming season. Let me see. Let me think of one I haven't given yet. Just when you think you know who our mystery person is, you don't. Ooh.
All right, come on, Farron. Mike, don't blow our heads up making us think that you're about to show out this season. And you know,
I am. I'm hoping so, at least.
Hey Germ. The self-defense class said had me gagged a little bit. I hope that's a good thing.
It makes sense
that
they would be doing this. I actually kind of wish they did that in Scream with Sydney to show her like, I need a train, bitch, because there's always going to be somebody around the corner to try to kill me. So I kind of wish they showed that somewhat.
I like that because in Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis, that gun range scene was what we needed to show that she was ready for anything that came. I like the idea of having like a little montage showing what you can do. Maybe we'll get that coming up.
Maybe. Spooky Spaghetti.
Spooky Spaghetti. Thank you for bringing it up. That's actually the name of this episode. And Spooky Spaghetti is based off of Creepypasta website.
Bitch, I was trying to figure out what. I feel so dumb.
Yes, it's based off of Creepypasta.
I was like, Reddit? What is the Creepypasta?
Spooky Spaghetti.
Oh my
God. So yeah, that's an actual website that exists, and they have all those type of rumors and sightings of Bigfoot and anything you can think of. It's like the black web for horror things that happen. Let's see.
No, Mike, I didn't get it. I did not. I knew it was a play on something. I just Creepypasta didn't pop into my head.
If one of the liars has to go, I vote Mouse. Sorry, Germ. I mean, that's my vote too. It's either going to be Mouse. Sorry, Mark. It's either going to be Mouse or
dying would be like TT and Set It Off dying, I think. That's the vibe I would get if she goes. In the car by herself, you know, they just leave her.
That's who I will vote for. Who would you guys want to see leave in the comments if we had to pick one liar?
Imogen. Wait, Imogen.
First of all, what you're not gonna do is destroy my good name.
Imogen, she's more likable this time around, but that whole class, I need to be in the same class as everybody else, and I'm gonna do it. And I was like, oh no, she's already getting on my nerves.
That so reminds me of me in high school. She was not playing with that substitute teacher or whatever the summer school teachers. She was having a day. I was like, yes, Imogen, fight for your right to be with your friends because it makes no sense. They're dead. It's a freak. It's the class is open now. It's Mouse. Y'all know it's Mouse. I mean, I feel shady for saying this. What about Karen? No, Kelly.
That's a waste. I don't consider her to be a part of the actual group. I think she's probably only friends with Imogen and Farron.
Maybe, but she has her own storyline this season.
Which could be interesting. Waiting for that to unfold. It could be interesting.
The pastor storyline, I mean, I can see where that could possibly go. I don't see that being the same thing as it with the villain for this season. Don't do Mouse. Okay. Everybody knows it's Mouse.
Killer Imogen.
I am sick of hate speech.
I mean, now what would be interesting is if the creator was like, everybody's going to get their own season, but I think Mark or Bobby brought up that doesn't mean the person who was the final girl the last season can't die though. So it'd be interesting if they decided to off Imogen.
You can't kill Imogen. She's the lead. You can't kill her. And that's rude.
You can actually.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
it doesn't affect the. I mean, Loki, you could kill any of them. It ain't going to affect the story like that.
Not at all. Not at all. That's true. Because if you think about it, who has something that's really going on this season besides Farron?
Mouse is just obsessed. With Tabitha's got a boyfriend or could get a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Christian.
There's a lot of love interest shit this time around. So I'm wondering if it's one of the love interests who might be involved with the kids.
I have my thoughts about that. I'm glad that's a good relationships. So this season we have Noah and Sean. Has it been confirmed that this is the last season? It has not been confirmed. If it is the last season, take them down. Go ahead and take them down. Go ahead and knock them out.
Yes. Give us a banger if it's the last season.
Yeah. Make us hurt. But Noah and Sean, I liked them together. When Jenny came in from Noah's past, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, oh, please. Seriously. And she's so suspicious. This is what I was telling you earlier, that it reminds me of the original series because these people are so suspicious. And that's how they did all the new characters every time they came, which I get it. You have to sort of give that.
Which is also very Scream a little bit. Like integrating into the group.
Yeah. So we have Jenny, which is Noah's friend from Juvie. We have Ash, that's Mouse's boyfriend. We have Greg, which is Karen's old boyfriend, now Kelly's boyfriend. And you know what? I'm actually liking Greg this season.
Mr. Blue Balls.
He is such the typical jock character that I'm enjoying it.
The fact that man decided, I'm just going to sleep with this other church girl because you ain't giving me none.
He's manipulative. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to hang out with her. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't see.
When he was like, not yet, which was a lie to begin with.
Yeah. No, we haven't done anything. Not yet. But, keep it up and you know what I'm going to go do. Don't peer pressure her to do that. Mike says Greg needs to go. Why? Please tell me why.
He's a dirtbag, a whore.
He's
fugazi.
He's trying to keep it in the family. He's staying with
that whole thing is fucking weird to me.
Weird. I mean, it's all the same to him. Because he's awful and he would make a good kill. You know what? Him and Kelly having a nice chase scene with him dying at the end will be okay. Actually, both if you wanted to.
Either that, or they could try to redeem him a bit because he could be an asshole, but still kind of turn it around, and be a part of the group.
Farron, could you see you and Greg getting together? Because they have this chemistry, right? They have this like, let's get messy, right? Let's get really messy. So if they have this chemistry, that's like this love-hate thing. But I can sort of see he just needs somebody to put him in his place. And
I think, yes, I unfortunately do think that is something that could happen. They have a lot of back and forth. They would challenge each other. I don't think Kelly is a little, she got a little oomph in her, but not too much. Yeah. But Farron's going to give it to him. And I think he likes that. And she probably does. The way she quickly got out of his way when they were in that damn locker room, I think she felt like, okay, there's a little chemistry here, so let me move. Yeah, I think so.
And he flirts with her openly, too. So it's just like, okay, Farron and Greg, I can see that happening. I feel like they're going to give us Greg and Farron. Listen, support the underdog couples. It's not just.
I mean, she's with the other guy where I'm like, he can go. Okay, why would you? He stayed behind for this. Yes.
First of all, she shouldn't ask him to stay behind. That's just ridiculous.
I don't think she did. Didn't he say he was going to stay behind? And she just was like,
okay. No, what you should have done was go live your life wherever this program was. And if she was still there when you got back, then y'all get to go.
Right. Because I don't think she likes him like that anymore.
I don't feel like she does either because she's lying to him. So I'm enjoying one of her plot points. She doesn't want to dance anymore, it seems like. She wants to explore different sides of herself, which is cool. She's still rocking the natural curls.
Yes.
So I like that she's exploring different sides of herself. And then she's not like, I don't know how I'll call her like if you say this anymore, but like a tomboy, but she's becoming more athletic, even more so than she was already.
She had to defend him. She had to punch Greg, or what was it, Greg in the face over the boyfriend.
I don't remember the ballerina boy name.
He called him a homo or something. He said, with your gay boyfriend, and then she punched him in the face.
That's yep. And he probably will be. Oh my God, I love Henry last season. This season he's annoying. Agreed. He was such a doting because they wasn't dating yet. He was trying to get to know her. They were flirting. Now that they're together, it just seemed like in real life, the dating part is fun, but the relationship is like, this is too much pressure. And that's what it feels like. Henry, that's his name, is going through with Farron.
This is why I don't think teenagers need to be dating. Seriously, but that's just my opinion.
But at that age, everything is so serious and everything is so important. Prom, spring fling, whatever you call those things. Everything's just so important. And speaking of prom, we're going to have another prom or dance episode, it seems like, this season. Because they're junior? Oh, maybe not.
I think they said next year, that means prom. They said at the end of it, they were like, okay, sophomore year is done. Next year, juniors, and we get to go to prom or some shit.
Exactly. Until they got hit with that little, you won't be graduating unless you attend this summer school course. Now,
which is a real thing. First of all, how don't they know that yet until the day they are graduating? Why did nobody bring that up?
Exactly. My mom would have been at the school already. Well, nobody said it until now. You know what they've been. First of all, you know what they've been through this semester. Their grades shouldn't even count. Pass them through, please.
Exactly. That's what makes me a little suspicious. I'm thinking the killer may have something to do with the school aspect, like maybe intentionally fucked up their grades or something.
I mean, the last killer was the principal, so he could have done it.
Mike, I agree. It's giving Buffy. It's giving Buffy training.
Farron scenes have been giving me Buffy training for the day. You know what? Could you see her?
Could.
As a new Slayer.
I could.
I could too. And keep her whole backstory, ballerina, all of those things to stay the same.
I could really see it. You need to look into that. I don't know her real name, but you need to look into that.
I'll work on it. I'll see if I can pitch that for somebody. But she has the look. Obviously, she has the athleticism.
I just hope they don't Kendra her.
Please.
If she does.
That was messy. Give them a little packet and pass them up. Hello. It was very messy. Thank you, Anthony. Now, Michelle Obama did say she did say that.
I mean, they let athletes get through. Oh, you may have failed this, that, and the third. I might just give you a little pass here, there.
The fact that you even brought that to my attention after we were all almost murdered is the problem with me.
I mean, wasn't that 6 months ago though, or whatever the hell it was?
Yeah, that is true.
Y'all out here fucking left and right and doing everything else y'all want to do. Y'all haven't been doing any homework in 6 months.
Farron said, I haven't received a beat ever. She was like, no, I've never even got a beat. Imogen said, like, school in the summer. Yes,
right.
Yes, Imogen. That's what's happening to you. I do like the fact that each of these girls are being referenced now as final girls, and I think they call the massacre the Millwood Massacre. So the events of season 1 are called the Millwood Massacre, and these girls are regarded as final girls. What are your thoughts about them sort of changing their phone numbers, disappearing from the public eye, and all of that stuff? Because that seemed to be a big plot point in the episodes.
I mean, I do like that. It's I guess they're being proactive about shit, and they are worried about, obviously, about being found out by A, but they don't know that other shit is about to hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's all right. You know, I haven't been stalked by a murderer, so I don't really know how that would work as a teenager.
It's not fun. So. But oh wait, where did it go?
Kelly has the power of the Lord. She don't need to do schoolwork.
Kelly has white privilege, and they paid off the school to make sure she can keep it moving. I didn't think about she was in the summer school till you brought that up, Mike.
Maybe she gets homeschooled, because was she at all in the school?
We don't know,
first
because
episode.
No, we don't. Oh, I don't think so.
Because they were acting like I haven't really seen her that much in months or whatever, so she might be getting homeschooled.
I can see it. We'll get to her mom later on, because my eyes are on her big time. Because she's a loon, and you're not going to tell me otherwise. This whole converting her in this church situation, but not yet. Imogen. Well, when did we meet the new characters? Tabby has a new coworker.
Yes. We met him. I don't know his name. I'm just going to call him Corbin Blue. Christian. And we met him at the movie theater. Tabby's storyline so far is what's that boy's name that sexually assaulted? Chad. Yeah, Chad's mother is going to sue her if she don't take down this movie that she made, basically about her experience with her son.
I mean,
and so she's struggling with whether she's going to keep the movie up on the internet or not. And then, which is also fucking crazy, because the mother wrote a whole fucking story in the paper, the town paper, of 5 people who read it, and was basically like, my son is a great boy, he's innocent, da 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 da.
She's on the list.
She is, and Tabby's angry, and she writes "rapist" on his tombstone, which I thought was appropriate.
Well deserved. So these couple of episodes are definitely dealing with the trauma of the things that happen in season 1, and that's one of the recurring themes that we're starting to see, is how they're coping with the trauma, and each of them are doing it differently. Mouse has sort of become obsessive with this spooky spaghetti site, and it's starting to interfere with her relationship, and I just thought a lot of that happened really fast for me. Like when her and, was it Noah and Farron?
Oh, when the 3 of them. I liked her reasoning though. She was like, "You're strong and you're fast. Okay, so if something happened, I need you." Basically saying Tabby and MJ ain't shit. So I need the 2 of you.
She understands. She understands her friends.
I mean, but she's crazy. Why are we doing this?
She's nosy. And
this is not new. Last year, she's doing wild, reckless shit too, with the meeting a grown ass man and probably met other grown men trying to pretend to be familial members and all this other shit.
Snatch her Wi-Fi because this is enough.
And she got a secret phone. You don't got a job. How you got this phone? I couldn't be a parent, baby, because they would hate me.
We would have moved. That's what I do know. We wouldn't have no second season because we would have moved. As soon as if you survive this, we're out of here immediately. So Tabby, was that Tabby we were talking about?
We were talking about Tabby and the boy that the new employee
Christian. Kudos for him being black.
That is a thought that I had while watching. Well, okay, so we have Noah and I don't know her boyfriend's name. Noah and Ash.
I wrote it. Noah is with Sean.
Okay. And can we talk about Sean's mother? Because I was loving it. She was like, this bitch in my house, and you gonna sneak in my boy's room? You better respect my shit. That's awkward. Would y'all be fucking with your mama there so they can hear you?
I mean, he said they gotta be quiet, so she knows what's happening. That's why she was mad this little girl was in the house.
Yes.
You don't want no little baby.
You got some nerve. Bitch, I will kick you out on the street.
I thought you moved into somewhere else. I thought your mom was out of rehab. Why are you back in my house again? We talked about this.
And then she was like, oh, she's finished the program. I don't even know how that works. So does that mean the apartment's still been paid for the whole time?
Maybe she's paying her bills, but she ain't got no job. And what insurance she got to pay for rehab when she was working at a pizza hut? Because I know Alice don't have to give out insurance to her employees. So
maybe she has a savings from the job at the hospital that she lost.
Then why she start slinging pizza?
Because Noah got her fired.
That's true. She did get her fired.
I'm not about to do that because that's gonna affect me. You can't buy me food now, so no, I'm not getting my mother fired.
Or you go get your mama fired. Pick one. You're right.
I don't even buy that shit. I don't even buy that A shit. Oh, you gotta get her fired. That was some bullshit. She could have pretended to call to get her fired for all he knew.
He was gonna pull up on her again. Why are we playing? You gotta go. You cannot be stealing these people drugs. So I'm gonna make a phone call and get you up out of here. That way you won't be dead.
But my point was, okay, so we have a black couple and we have a Latino couple. Because I was noticing a trend. I was like, there's a lot of white love interests. It was almost seemed like everybody at one point. I can't tell apart. I couldn't tell Chad and the other movie theater employee apart at first. The ballerina. What do you call a ballerina? Oh, Henry. Oh, okay. The ballerina.
He's a backup dancer.
He don't love himself.
He don't love himself.
But I was like, I enjoyed seeing that. And she's even doing what you were talking about. Did she give him a wrong name or something? Or she was like, oh no, I'm not really that into horror movies like that.
Yeah,
I'm not into that.
I get it. And then Chip, no, that's not his name. The white guy who the manager of the movie theater. He set her up because he was like, they had that whole conversation felt like a setup. They were having to get the real Tabby in, and I get it. Maybe he's not into her anymore. He wants to help her out with this other young guy.
I guess. Mind your business.
Please.
You too grown.
Very grown. So Tabby and Christian, hopefully he's not involved in what's going on.
He's dead. Unfortunately.
I think he's going to be dead too.
Ooh. I would love a movie theater chase scene. So the two of them being chased through the movie, I would love that.
You know what? When they were getting ready for this season, they did release that this season is going to be a callback to a lot of horror movie sequels, and Scream 2 was one of those sequels they listed. So it's possible. Would you be upset if Tabby and Christian died in this season like that?
Even though I like Tabitha, I would like someone to die, so I don't think I would be mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
She just isn't who I would choose to die out of the group.
Yeah.
Imogene's had her time to shine. She gave birth. The baby has parents now.
She's not happy about that. She's not happy about these parents, but it's her
tough titty.
She changed her mind, and you gave it to this gay couple. We appreciate that, and
now your kid's gonna be on Drag Race in a few years. So I mean,
period. So get ready, okay? And her name is Stella. That's a really cute name, Estelle or Stella. I think it's Estelle, but they call her Stella. They threw some shots at the original series in this episode because they were like, I thought that Ezra guy was a weirdo, which is shade. And the actual writer of the original series thought that was uncalled for and it was shady too. She was asked about that comment and she was like, no. I mean, he was a teacher dating his students. So, and this is high school. That doesn't.
Yes.
So there is that.
Never been kissed with Drew Barrymore. I mean, he thought she was a student, and he still was like, yeah, they were very direct.
Like, you have to get off this porch. Get off my front lawn.
Let this be the last time you come here.
Mm-hmm. He was a weirdo from the jump. He was, and they let that shit slide. Back then, but I like how the directors and the writers are doing this. They had a similar situation, but they nipped it right in the bud with that the movie theater guy and Tabby.
Now sequels, and they say Scream 2, so we know family revenge is like a big thing with Scream.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think, other than Chad's mother, who else could be like a contender to really be the villain, the Bloody Rose character?
Mother, Kelly's mother. She lost it last season already when she ended up stabbing this sheriff, and then she lost it over Karen. So now she sort of put all her troubles into this church situation that she got going on. Who knows? I mean, then
she fucking that pastor.
She better be. Marlene was ready to tussle about Ezra. She sure was. She was not happy about that shade. And shout out to Imogen, the actress Bailey Madison. She actually made that choice for the character not to go for the baby, not to go to Ezra. And that was she spoke up on set about that.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Because she called Ezra weird or some shit or sketchy.
Weirdo, yeah, weirdo.
So what is, because I didn't watch the other show, so what is sketchy about Ezra?
He was just a teacher who fell in love with his student, a high school student.
Oh, that's okay. That's who you talking about.
That was the biggest thing. And then he was almost A. We thought he was A for a moment, and I think he actually turned out to be one of them. But yeah, and then he ended up marrying Aria. She was one of the leads, and they're still together.
Beyonce and Jay-Z, basically.
Marlene can't blame the fans for calling out that whole grown man stalker. Exactly. She was 16 years old, and no one had anything to say. I think that we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll jam about the rest of chapter 12 and our thoughts about Pretty Little Liars.
Oh,
season 2, Summer School. And we are back. Killer Card Game. Check them out on Instagram. That's their exact name, Killer Card Game. You can find them on Instagram, and you can actually order directly from the Instagram shop. Also, chapter 12, Summer Lovin'. If you know, Summer Lovin' is the song from Grease, and Grease starts off in the summertime. before they get ready to go to school. So, cha-ching, ching, summer loving. So this is probably what we should talk about, the relationships that they have during the summertime. I just want to say that I love how they are all ready to have fun, enjoy the summer, have a hot girl summer, as they mentioned a few times.
Yes.
And they all have their own love interests, some maybe two. In this episode, we got to meet Johnny. So a little Imogen this season is going on this whole, how do I process the trauma, the grief? Because she did lose her mother, and she lost her baby, and she was violated, and she went through so many different things in the last season, and she hasn't had the time to process the grief and the trauma.
Mm-hmm. And she about to lose her home because Sharon Leal, is that her last name?
Uh-huh.
She was like, we found some renters for the house. You need to get some money in your pay some rent, bitch. You been here.
I'm tired of you eating my groceries, homegirl. This is enough. We know your mom. You know what happened, okay? So, but this is enough is enough. Yeah, I like her journey this season. Normally, I get upset when they do this whole. I'm dealing with this type of way. It reminds me of a season of Buffy when Buffy left. I think it's season 3.
And she went in L.A. or some shit.
Became Anne, the waitress.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that was over quickly.
One episode is all we needed of that, and so I'm also glad that we got that out the way in episode 2 of this show too. And then she went to the ice cream shop that was local. Do you that moment when she saw that person coming, when she was waiting on the bus? Why would she even go through that? Right after all you've been through, why would you go to this? Let yourself take a bus out of the town.
That's what I was thinking. I would still, people knowing who I am or me being isolated where people don't know me and I have nobody there to have my back at all. It doesn't make. And you took a shift at night. Take some of that insurance money and get a car, first of all, because you're old enough to have a car.
It's time.
And one of y'all needs a car, actually. Somebody, y'all don't, are they on bikes? Is this town that small they can walk?
I don't know if it's given walk because they were walking Tabby home from the movie theater after her premiere. It's given walking everywhere, but I'm not for it. She needs to, if she's going, she needs a better way to commute. Because I wish that was actually the killer that was there and not a hallucination, because you put yourself in that spot. That bus the way. I think she was trying to connect to her mom, but busing that far was not it. It wasn't. She has a whole father we only seen once. Go play with him. Because he just automatically had your mother's medicine list after all these years that she was taking.
Oh.
Why does she still have this?
Child, what if it's Imogen? What if Imogen is the damn bloody rose and she don't even realize it?
In Tabby's short film, that could have been a little way that they sort of they told us that.
Good point.
Now, if Imogen turns out to be Bloody Rose, they can kill her. Yeah, she can.
She's having hallucinations. I would actually be okay with that.
That'll be different, and I don't know if that's. I haven't seen that in the sequel where a survivor comes back as the actual killer. That could be different.
Because they're talking so much about their mental health in this, and they're leaning into it specifically with her and her mother. Mm-hmm. And I just think that would be very interesting. Even though I'm sure people would be like, okay, why does the person going through mental health issues have to be the villain? But I mean, somebody got to be it.
I mean, yeah.
If they do it well.
I think it could work. If she does that foreshadow of Tabby, that could work. And I wouldn't be upset with it.
Mm.
And she did look badass in that prom dress and drenched in blood. So
yes,
I think she could actually do it. Shout out to Dr. Sullivan returning back from the original series. She joined Pretty Little Liars season 2 of the original series. So welcome back. Oh, that's
who's that? The therapist.
The therapist, yeah, she's been around.
That's my guess for the killer.
She's always been messy. She doesn't get into trouble, but she's always been very messy in all the series. That's who you think the killer is?
That's who I think. I was like that her eyes look just like the eyes of that person with that damn red mask, and I was like, she's all in their business. It's because this is how influential Scream is. I'm always trying to pick out who is in the mix but not really in the mix, and she's one of the people.
She is, and I mean that's just not. I was giving Dr. Sullivan the business too, right? What?
A, not I.
Oh,
I think A
was. Oh yeah, in the original series, yeah. I don't know if she's a villain.
Ooh.
I think just not even a red herring, but in the original series, she was just there to help the girls process their grief and process the things. The same thing she's doing now. Even though in the first series, they were all obsessed with that the Allison is still alive, and nobody believes it. So she's trying to help them through that, and then she ended up being right. So, but that's a whole other story. But I hope that she's more active in this series, and maybe she does turn out to be either a victim or.
Mike has something interesting. He said, "What if they pull a Roman and Imogen has a sister or brother?"
That's very Pretty Little Liars. That's very Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, I mean, Angela was Archie's sister, and then Bloody Rose, I think, is Archie's mother. Am I wrong?
I don't even. That's a lot for me to keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think? Oh, what did y'all think about the whole Candyman do the thing in the mirror? You said
I'm going to say this. I did say that, but I'm going to go back to American Horror Stories Bloody Mary episode. I just don't like the Bloody Mary idea in horror at all. To me, it's just crazy. Even the Candyman, I don't even really like that. I like Candyman, just not I gotta say his name in the mirror and shit. But I mean, I don't think it's supernatural, even though they're trying to make it seem like this is a supernatural character. So them saying the name doesn't really mean shit in my mind.
Shout out to you and Bobby for being like, no, we're not doing the whole thing in the mirror, thing. And then no one even cared. I was like, yeah, but we're gonna do it, right? We're all gonna do it, right? And the next thing you know, they're all at the mirror with these. Y'all set up the bathroom with candles.
I was like, Farron, Tabby, what are y'all doing?
Y'all are
Noah too, girl. Noah, you got more sense to this. I don't know why you doing it either.
If we're all together, can nothing beat us?
Speaking of bloody, whatever, I have to say I was a little disappointed so far with that character.
Agreed.
I think the trailer, which, I haven't seen everything yet, kind of made the character seem a little more sporadic and shit while moving. And it's just what we got to see so far. I was kind of like, that's it.
I think that was a cute way to tell us that it's not a supernatural season. I mean, I can see that too. Definitely can see that. I like that we're dealing with an urban legend. That's cool. I feel like with Spooky Spaghetti, they try to make fetch happen. And I'm just not holding on to their website enough for it to even matter to me. But I feel like it's a huge plot point in this show. Damn, what did you just say before that?
I was not impressed with the character of Bloody Rose.
I like her design, but that murder, we only had two murders? Well, three technically. When they broke into her house, and then the girl who was supposed to sleep with Greg.
I did like that. I did like her death because she was popping a lot of shit on the phone and then turned around and got stabbed up. So I like that. But I'm kind of like, why is she? I'm trying to see if there's a pattern if the people are being killed.
I don't know, but let me tell you something. I wanted to see more of her kill.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the other two. I wanted more brutality in the killing. And they didn't do it. It was cool. Oh. Well, that wouldn't work for the other girl because if Imogen really wanted to be in that first class, she made room and killed those other two people.
Well,
so
there's a
that's
thought.
Too.
That is a thought.
She is just like the nurse from Dead by Daylight. You're absolutely correct.
You know what? That's all we need is her to like hum and sing in the background. That's all we need.
Who are we most excited for this season?
So far, Farron, which maybe it's intentional, but she's the only one really giving me what I need so far out of the girls. Everybody else is just which, like if you're saying, if this is really might be her season to be at the forefront, it makes sense. But she's the only one I'm really rooting for right now. The only one I'm like, please don't kill her. That's the only one so far.
Yeah, I'm Team Farron too. She's just checking all the boxes this season. I like how she's taking what happened to her and not being a complete victim to it and just becoming stronger. It's like it's almost like she is like making sure that this doesn't happen to her again. So she's doing all these things. I'm becoming stronger, faster, smarter. I'm doing all these things to prepare. And also I'm Team Imogen now. And so her scene when she was talking to all her friends about what she was in, I think it was the bathroom. I actually got a little emotional because it was dealing with trauma and what she was talking about. I was just like, Imogen, yeah, I feel that. I thought it was a really good scene and she performed it well. It really touched me. So I'm glad to see her. I know what it's like when things get really bad for you, you sort of like block everybody off. Isolate yourself and sort of focus on the solution or not even trying to address it. And that's exactly what she did. So that was a realistic reaction to the things that's happening to her. And I can't wait to see how she unpacks even further. Farron and no one else at the moment. I feel it, Mike. Farron. We're all Team Farron.
She is the MVP.
Oh, well, that is the next question. She is the MVP of both the episodes, honestly, I have to say, of chapter 11 and 12. And I'm most excited to see what happens with her and Henry and maybe even Greg.
Do we consider Henry could be a suspect as well?
Not
he seems a little butthurt that he didn't leave.
He does. He's gonna be real mad when he finds out that she could dance.
She's crazy. I would have been like, actually, you can go. They told me I could. I just don't want to do this shit no more. I think that would have just been much easier. But
yeah, that's gonna piss him off when he finds out, and that's gonna push her right into Greg's arms.
Ooh, maybe he's going to become like violent and shit, and Greg is going to have to defend her, and then that will kind of spark some shit between Greg and Farron.
That's very Pretty Little Liars, by the way. If Henry turns maybe next season or the end of this, that's very Pretty Little Liars. You pissed them off, I try to kill you the next season, I apologize, and then I get away with it.
Yeah.
Let's see, but I'm nervous though. But I'm nervous that with Farron, they might push the lifeguard on her and go, oh, I forgot about the lifeguard.
He was a little flirty.
He was very flirty. He's older too.
I blame Vampire Diaries for this.
You're immortal.
Y'all got 200, or maybe Buffy, because you got 200-year-olds going after these teenagers, and it's become a thing on these young adult TV shows. So now it's like the dudes got to be older.
They do have to be older, but I guess when you're immortal, time doesn't mean anything. So 16.
No, your penis is centuries years old,
and sometimes they want a fresh orifice to invade.
Keep your penis in the coffin. I can't. And I still don't understand it. They don't have blood flow, so why is this a thing? Not this show, but but I see what you're saying. The lifeguard, I could unfortunately see that.
Maybe
I
she'll
don't
have
know.
a water scene it's clear in the
Oh,
trailer she has a fight sequence or a chase that's happening. It's going to happen.
I need to rewatch the trailer.
hmm Damn, Mike, you winning in the comments.
Yeah,
No one cares about Imogen.
that's why I'm nervous for her.
Well, the way she was acting, she wasn't responding like somebody who died. She was responding like somebody who is very proud of the work their character does
Mm.
this season. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I'm who Brandy was supposed to be, and I still know what you did last summer.
Wait a minute, Brandy turned it, and I still know
She did all that. I kickbox, I this, and all. She ran, yes. The chase scene, yes, but we didn't get to see her fight, which I was upset about.
No, that's different. Yeah, that is true. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to see the girls twirl a little bit this season. I think Farron may be the one to do that from what I saw.
I hope so. So, what do you think could happen for there to be tension in the group of girls, though? Like, what? Because I was thinking maybe they kill someone, but I was like, that's kind of like the first season, so maybe we don't need that again.
I think it's going to come to accusing one of their boyfriends.
Okay.
And the biggest couple, the power couple, is Mouse and Ash. He looks different this season.
Not the power couple.
Yeah, the power couple is Mouse and Ash. And then we have Noah and Sean. But I think that Jenny girl from Noah's past is gonna do something. It's gonna interfere with Noah and
of course, because Noah
mad.
didn't say who she was. She just said this is somebody I was doing community service with
in juvie.
Just like a man. Noah, who taught you to do that trick?
I'm over it. Hopefully she gets killed. But
Mike, I would love a pool sequence, but with Imogen so she can drown. Which, funny enough, she was in that movie too. I just realized that.
She was. I didn't really like The Strangers Pray at Night, and I rewatched both of them back to back recently, and I was just like, okay, sure.
I don't know what it was. So when I was in the theater, I hated it, but when I rewatched it at home, I really liked it. And I don't really know why. I don't know why I didn't like it at first, and I don't know why I really liked it afterwards.
I was a fan of the mother, Christine, and she was out of there very early, so I think that pissed me off. And I didn't remember the brother that much until I rewatched it the second time. And I hated Bailey's character, but she was meant to be hated in that in that one.
You gonna let you do? We just letting the girl smoke in front of you, huh? Talk shit and cuss you out. Okay, her head would have been in through that damn window.
You're already going to this school, lady. You might want to chill out before you're not making more. Okay, final thoughts about Pretty Little Liars chapters 11 and 12.
Cute intro, maybe a little too cutesy for me. I'm looking forward to a little more violence, a little more mayhem, a little more scares, and more chase scenes and fights. I feel like we got the intro to everybody. Now let's get to it, because I don't know how many episodes y'all got, but let's get down to business.
Yeah, I echo that. I need to watch it again because I only watched it once, and I was more impressed with the season one, first two episodes, than I was with this one. And like I said earlier, your sophomore season is so important, and so you have to kick ass the entire time. A little fast paced for my liking, but let's see, it's early. So, agreed. They tackled a lot of stuff, and I think it was that prologue in the beginning that sort of finished everything from season. And then quickly in that same episode set up this new season. And I feel like there's more, because we couldn't even remember more Bloody Rose's myth or anything about her. Like, we couldn't even remember that now. So I was like, maybe you should slow down and build that more. I want more death. The parents
more references. I think we had more like obvious horror references in the first season.
Thank you for saying that. I thought about you when I was watching the episode when he was like, what is a horror movie?
Yes.
That is so bad that is good. She's Troll 2. I was like, Michael.
Yes.
You're right then.
It is a great movie.
Justice for Troll 2?
Yes, absolutely. Everybody needs to watch it and purchase it.
Mike said we need more of a threat level. Even if we don't kill the inner circle, we have to feel like they could die. Please, I love a good bury somebody alive and get clues to find where they are. I love a good. If you've ever seen the Scream TV show, Mike? Did you watch that?
No, not yet. I still have to watch that. I bought Harper's Island. I still haven't watched that.
Oh, that's also through. So maybe I shouldn't tell you this then.
No, don't tell me nothing. Oh, we also forgot to touch on the fact that the gay couple got a gift from the grandmother of the baby. So I'm thinking a child's going to get taken at some point by whoever's doing this.
Dr. Sullivan told her, stop going to these people's porch if you don't want them to get in trouble with your shit. But oh no, Miss Mamas has to do what she want to do. I love you, Imogen. She has to do what she wants to do and drop off this last gift, and that could have been the one. If that couple both gets murdered and then they take the baby, I'm like, yes, that's what I want to see. In fact, do that. Like Halloween Kills, take them out.
Big John, Little John.
Big John, Big John, Little John. I want to see, like Mike said, more of a threat level. I think the pace was fast the first episode, but I also want more, like you said, more references, connect these dots, make the story and the motive very clear this season. Like I don't see what's happening. We know that I don't know where we're really going because she's just randomly killing people.
The church girl is one, and then the two people from Spooky Spaghetti. I'm like, well, what's the connection between those three?
Exactly. The church girl with Karen. Who's the through line? I can't think of the through line between both scenarios.
Maybe Kelly
or her mom.
Both of them.
Were those two girls? Was the Spooky Spaghetti people at the church, or were they just separate by themselves? They were in.
I don't think they were at the church. I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe they just happened to come upon the place. And who's posting where the fucking bloody bitch is? Who's posting that on the website? Because they have to be following them. Or that is, whoever's posting it is the killer.
Of course, that's who it is. And now you give your numbers out to these random people that you just meet for the first time. Then why change it if you're going to be so careless by giving your number away? Tabby, you gave it to Christian and you just met him. He's black, so I guess I know he disarmed you a little bit, but still. Ernesto.
It is very CW.
2 CW for me. We need more deaths and references. Couldn't have said it better. Yeah. I'm excited though to see where we go next and to see who's going to drop and see how this story unfolds. I'm invested in the lives of our girls and hopefully they make it to graduation, to prom next year.
I think it's interesting. The only parent, well, not the only one, but first of all, I didn't even recognize Tabitha's mother at first on that couch. I was like, who is this other girl sitting next to them in this house? But it was Sherry because her hair color was different.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she might be on the chopping block this season. Her or Farron's mama.
Was Farron's mom in the season? They all were in the first part of the episode. Episode 1, chapter 11.
But Farron's mother is going to be leaving because she got into law school.
I'm so confused. I thought she was already a lawyer.
I thought she was too. Good. So now I'm like, get out my face. You ain't no lawyer.
You a clerk, and you up here telling us of the law? They would have ate her up last season because I thought she was a lawyer this whole time. She just works at Prescott, Strode, and Ripley law firm. Like, where's the stuff like that? Where's the callbacks to the horror sequels and things of that nature. Hopefully, we get to see a Murder at the Movie Theater. That's a huge place that they film at a lot. It'll be nice to see a murder there, a couple of murders there. They're in summer school, so we need to see something happen at summer school. And I think it's time for these relationships to break up a little bit, either through death or by natural things that happen.
Infidelity could also bring tension to the group, I think.
Noah, Sean, and Jenny, unfortunately.
Well, that, or maybe one of them hooks up with somebody else's boyfriend or something. They have like a moment between so like, I don't know, Noah's boyfriend and I don't know, randomly Imogen, even though that wouldn't happen, they start a thing up and that would cause a little friction.
It has to be Kelly because she's messy enough to do it. The Scream, Ernesto, it absolutely was. It actually had better kills than some of the Scream movies. So, yeah, it does.
I guess I'll have to check that out.
So much they did some very nasty in season 2 for one of the kills, and I was just like, that broke me. That was really good. But I'm not going to spoil it for you. You just watch it. Well, I think we have talked about Pretty Little Liars. What was that anyway? We have chatted about episodes 11 and 12 of season 2, Summer School of Pretty Little Liars. We're all excited. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. Ernesto, Mike, Germ, Anthony, thank you all for coming and chatting with us today in the chat. And again, I am TaMon Kane. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, Screaming Dead by Daylight, and also here on the Scream Kingz.
This is Michael Anthony. You can also find me here on Scream Kingz. You can find me on People Under the Scares podcast with Bobby Torres everywhere. And you can find me on social medias, X and Instagram, at ThatGreetBinks86. And I am now going to be venturing on the creepypasta a little bit more because I'm intrigued.
You sure it's not spooky spaghetti for you?
I won't be doing that one. I think they could have came up with a better name, but yeah, I'll be doing creepypasta.
Ooh, I can't wait to figure out what you find. Again, thanks for hanging out with the Kings. Have a great Mother's Day, and we will scream you later.